Well, a woman is accused of keeping a little gator in a resort bathtub.
Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte is joining us live from the resort in Orange County. And Stephanie, she actually brought that gator all the way from Tampa.
That is right. So the woman claims she borrowed the gator for her birthday weekend. FWC says she stole it from Croc Encounters in Tampa, drove 64 miles to this resort in Winter Garden, where she put it in that hotel bathtub. I spoke with Croc Encounters today. They say the gator, named Smiley, is back in Tampa doing well. But this story has really got you saying only in Florida.
She's crazy. Really crazy.
It's out there for sure, for sure.
There's not much more for people to say about this wild Florida story. You could see the 2-foot gator in the hotel bathtub. FWC says the woman claims she brought the gator on vacation with her so she could take a picture with it for her birthday.
Just crazy, just absolute craziness. Like expected from Florida, being from out of state.
FWC says Madison Stevens stole the gator from her former job at Croc Encounters in Tampa and drove it to the Grove Resort and Water Park in Winter Garden earlier this month. According to the report, Steven planned to stay there for 5 days. FWC was called to the hotel where they found the small gator trapped in the bathtub. Steven is now facing charges of unlawful possession of an alligator.
There's a lot of permits in place and things that are put there not just for your safety, but for the animal's safety and the safety of the public around you. It sounds like a pretty bad day for the alligator. Sounds like a pretty bad day.
Alligator expert Frank Robb with the nonprofit EARS says, unfortunately, this story isn't totally shocking.
The state of Florida, it's not a unheard of story by any means.
He says when people take gators as pets, it can cause problems for everyone if the gator is released.
All they have to do is be fed one time or see something like that happening one time, and they're going to be drawn to people from here on out. That's just the way they work.
Now, one big question we still have is who called law enforcement to that hotel. I will say Croc Encounters today, when I spoke with them, said they were so thankful that law enforcement were able to get their gator back to them. Reporting live in Winter Garden, Stephanie Buffamonte, Fox 35 News.
Also new at 5, a 10-year-old boy and his 11-year-old sister were found driving a car that deputies say was stolen from their mom. Alachua County deputies shared these pictures with us. They say the siblings stole their mom's car in Northport, which is down near Fort Myers, and ended up on I-75 just north of Gainesville. Deputies say the mom did not want to press charges, so she drove the 3 hours to pick them up.
And a woman arrested for animal cruelty is expected to face a judge today. Some pretty disturbing charges here. We first told you about Tanya Gross's arrest last night on Fox 35. Officers in Altamont Springs say that they found starved dogs, cats and birds in cages and outdoor sheds. Plus, they also found 15 bags full of animal remains, even a dog skeleton just lying there on the ground. Officials say more than 24 animals were taken to the Seminole County Animal Services. Gross is charged with cruelty to animals.
A large police presence at an apartment complex overnight.
It happened at the Villa Del Mar Apartments in Altamont Springs. As Fox 35's Randy Hildreth learned, police have been on the scene since the calls started coming in late last night.
I want to break this down into what we see, what we know, and what we're still working to find out. And so first I want to start with what we see. And if you take a look behind me, it looks like there's at least one police car here on the scene with flashing lights, likely in front of the scene. We're not able to get onto the property. But when I spoke with my photographer, Nick, who got to this scene around 6:20 this morning, he says that at one point there were 3 police cars, so now again down to 1. Now in terms of what we know and what we're still working to find out, Seminole County Fire said that they got a call around 11:30 and that 2 fatalities were reported here at the scene. And one thing that we are working to confirm with the police department here in Altamont Springs is what they can tell us about the circumstances of the deaths of these 2 individuals, anything that they can give us about the identities of those who were found in this apartment complex. And just for context for people about where this is located, if you're familiar with this area, it is right near Altamont Christian school. So we've seen a lot of traffic this morning, not just neighbors coming out at this hour trying to figure out what has happened, but parents walking their children to school this morning who have to pass by the scene. We're staying on top of this for you. As soon as we get more information about this breaking news this morning, we will keep you updated. Reporting in Altamont Springs, Randy Hildreth, Fox 35 News.
Caught on camera, an alleged drunk driver's rampage on the streets of Daytona Beach shores. Good evening and welcome. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm John Brown. It ended with the driver in handcuffs after ramming into several parked cars and running away from police. Crazy video here. You can see the driver in this green car desperately trying to get away and hitting multiple cars in the process. Fox 35's Manny Martinez is live in Daytona Beach shores tonight. So, Manny, you even spoke with some witnesses about this.
That's right, John. I did, and one of them parked right here in this very first parking spot in which I'm standing. It's important to the story because she was about to leave work and says that it was chaos as a car already involved in one crash then turned around and hit cars that were here in this area right here.
It's that green car. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to leave or what.
This dash cam video shows a green Dodge Charger driving away moments after police say it was involved in a crash Saturday afternoon. With a buckled front end, the driver, identified by police as 29-year-old Tyler Valdi, cuts left. After hitting some parked cars, the driver backs up. And does it all over again before speeding off and leaving behind a trail of parts. The crash has happened in front of this mini golf course where employee Ashley Good got an up-close look.
I came out of the door on the side of the starter house there, and right away another guy was coming out, cussing, screaming, "That's my car, that's my car."
Her car was scraped but spared major damage.
It's just a minor dent here. Very lucky. If I had been one car over, it would have been totaled.
Good believes her car was saved by this now twisted fence. Debris still sits in the grass nearby. Shane Walker saw the mayhem from across the street.
It was wild because, like I said, you see it on like the news and stuff like that, but you don't think to see it while you're at work.
Police caught up with the driver minutes later in Port Orange. These pictures show the banged-up Charger after the chase.
Everyone was just pretty much thankful that no one got hurt. I mean, this guy could have killed someone.
And Valdi faces several charges, including DUI with property damage. He bonded out of jail on Sunday. Live tonight in Daytona Beach shores, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
All right, now to a segment we like to call Police Officer View, or POV for short. The action starts right when these deputies show up to the scene of a crash.
We're stuck in the lake.
Okay.
They're in the water.
County 142 bystanders are advising the vehicles in the lake.
Who else is in the car? Help! Help! Help!
Hey, there's one more.
Oh, this happened back in August. Orange County deputies quickly realized 2 people were stuck in that nasty, murky water. That retention pond is about 16 feet deep. They spotted one head bobbing in and out of the water and then quickly realized a second person was unconscious below the surface, so they dove in.
Help! Hey, there's one more. There's another person in the car. Let's go. There we go. Come on. Well, she's coming back, all right? If there's any okay. Hey, she's breathing, baby. Come on.
Thanks to their quick reaction and CPR, an unconscious woman was revived, and both people pulled from the water are expected to survive. Good news there.